Hey, y'all, welcome
Love it.
to another fantastic, wonderful, epicurious episode of the Dickie and Donny Show presented by Business on Purpose. I'm your co-host, Dickie, here with the other co-host, Donny. And I do want to
That's right.
say, Donny, the double quarter zip this morning, I got a video from you with the double quarter zip I thought was really fantastic. Matching purple and purple. I just really respect your style.
Uh, First off, it was a vest on top of a quarter zip.
Okay. I couldn't see that, but
And
okay.
and I don't know if you're making fun of me or being honest, but I felt like it worked pretty well. The quarter zip was not quite enough volume of warmth. And I put on this quarter zip, TPC Sawgrass, and it's got a purple hue to it, which I'm okay with. And the vest was a gray vest with Clemson, and Clemson matches the purple. You're pulling it up now. You'll see it. You probably don't see it in the style of video that I was making, which probably raises more questions than it answers. But yes, it is in my car because I took it off when
I
I got to the
mean, I
office. And
liked the look.
thank you.
I liked it. There's no shade thrown here.
Three collars, baby. Polo, quarter, vest.
Watched the
Um,
video a second time and I was like, wow, that's a lot of layers. That really is something.
I'm like Trident gum, baby. Speaking of Trident gum, you know it has a lot of layers?
That's Kaylee's favorite gum, the original Trident. It tastes like poop.
That doesn't speak highly of your wife now, does it?
Mm. What is
You know what has
the
layers is the political scene in the NCAA college football. And I'll tell you one thing that happened this week is that there's a team that 3 years ago was below Kansas in college football. And that team is one from my home state, the Indiana Hoosiers. Uh,
Ooh, yes.
and in a matter of a couple years, you get old Kurt Signetti in there, and you don't know him, Google him, right? He wins. It's all he does. Last year, take him to a 10-win team, and this year to go undefeated to play Ohio State, to beat Ohio State is, man, I'm electrified. And you want to talk about layers. There's layers to that thing. And I think when we think of development and what he's done to that program, you could argue the best development ever, right? From nothing to everything to winning. Number one seed playoffs. I love it. Clemson sucks this year. Sorry, go Tigers. But there's all these other pieces. You think of development, and Dickie, I don't know about you, but when I think of development, I think of one thing. What do you think
What's
of?
that?
I think of business development. And I
Business
think
development.
of,
That's
which
right.
is the lost art of business, especially through COVID, because COVID had so much money in the market that we turned into waiters and waitresses as opposed to actually having to go drum up business. And
Biz
I don't know
dev.
about you,
Yeah.
biz dev, I don't know about you. That has been a consistent theme with my coaching of these different clients for 2 years now, is all of like, yeah, we might have decent sales, but like our biz dev, our pipeline, all of that is just, it doesn't seem to be a well-oiled machine. So,
Yeah, when I first heard about the term biz dev, baby, and just out of college 20 years ago, I thought it was such a frou-frou term. I was like, what are these business development manager, vice president? I was like, what a stupid term. Actually thought it meant like developing the business, like doing business architecture, when
sure.
I first heard about it, which makes more sense than business development, like relationships and selling your product and being in the marketplace. So yeah, quite. What would you have to say about biz dev, and what are the P's you want to talk about? Brent talks about having your
Yeah.
business is only as good as your weakest P.
And if that doesn't just translate to all areas of life, you're only as
That's
good as
right.
your weakest P.
That's right.
And as an older gentleman who probably has a little bit of a weaker stream, I think Brent would probably agree. Like you're only as strong as your weakest P. So there are four Ps, and we had one of our events, and Brent led our owners through a roundtable of this. I mean, there was so much fruit there, but it was each one of these has, okay, what's the process from getting to this P to the next P? And that's why when we say the weakest P, there probably is a breakdown somewhere in here, but it starts with your people. The first one, it starts with your people, and that would be your ideal client. They may not know you exist yet. They may not be in your little proverbial house yet, but they're out there, right? We work with business owners with 3 to 100 employees that make over $1 million in revenue a year and have the desire to grow and to fine tune their systems and processes and are in chaos and great. Our people are out there. We have a lot of them in house, but there's plenty of them out there. So those are the people. And a lot of people, like, or a lot of businesses don't have their people identified and they're just aimlessly casting their line. And it's like, yeah, there's no
Oh,
fish in that pond, but we got to identify our people. The next P in the business development is to get from people to prospects, right? Okay, now they know we exist. That's your marketing. Marketing turns a person into a prospect because your marketing or your people that are out there, they don't know about you until they do. So, yeah, are we struggling? We know our people, but we're just struggling to get qualified leads. Okay, then that's the weakness is in the marketing right there. So from people to prospects. Now we have the prospects. So next we need to turn prospects into purchasers. So that's the next P, the third P, and that is the sales process. Well, man, we know our ideal client. We got all the right leads in house. We just cannot get any of them to buy our product or to buy our service or to, well, okay, there's the issue then is sales. Like we have all the right people, so either our product isn't good enough or the sales need our process needs improved. So that's that third P. And then once you have people in the house and they're purchasers, now we need to turn them into promoters, which is where we get referrals, where we start asking for more leads and we start saying, hey, if what I did helped you, what are three people that need what you got from me? Great, give me
which
their names.
in turn goes back to people to prospects. And so it closes.
Correct.
I love that
Correct.
picture of purchasers, people that have experienced, the liberation of our work, people that use our tools that find like really great success with running their business with an operating system are the biggest evangelists and
Oh
promoters of
yeah.
our work. So if you
Yeah.
don't have that cycle, you're constantly out finding new people. And so those cold leads are much tougher to close than those warm leads of people like, oh, I met Brandon, and Brandon now coaches half of Allentown, Pennsylvania. And so,
Not half, but
I mean,
enough.
two thirds. I've always heard that marketing is the right message to the right person at the right
The
time.
right time.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the targeted focus of if I have a product or a service, I need to find somebody when they're at the most ready point to move forward. Like
Hmm.
I've got a contractor I work with who started selling generators, and this is so great. He got a map of all the storms and the outages of electrical, like Duke Energy electrical outages, and literally started targeting neighborhoods based on generator sales. Like, hey, you're out of power right now, but you know what could have saved your problem? A generator. I mean, how ready are you
That's
if
so
your
smart. Yeah.
fridge is
So
about to go
smart.
out? You're like, I'm ready to do this right now.
Yeah. That's so good. That reminds me, so many Christmas lights, one of our breakers keeps tripping and I need to go check because the break for it or the whatever it is, the outlet to change it is behind our garage refrigerator. And that's
Mm.
my tell. If I open up the fridge and the light's not on, I have to pull it out and reset it.
It's a
We bought
GFCI
a
that's weak. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's that's weak or if there's just too much power in the system. Like I don't. We just bought our kids love the Grinch, specifically the animated one, not the new one, the older one that's 24 minutes long. Um,
Classic.
they know every word to it. Like Sam will literally do the whole thing. But we were walking through Lowe's, this was a month ago, because we want to be good people and do stuff that's cool with our house. It doesn't work. But we were walking through and there's this 9 to 10 foot tall Grinch that is motion activated that sings a song and moves. And I remember the boys thought it was the coolest thing. It was like $400. And I was
Whoa.
like, that's cool. And Sam was like, can we get it? I was like, no, absolutely not. Unless you're listening to this and need a business coach and you hire me, then I might have the money to go do that. But as of now, you haven't hired me, so I didn't have the money. So my kid was disappointed because of you. But I went back this weekend and it was on. I mean, they have to be trying to get rid of this thing. It's the only one there. Such a steep discount. And
Oh
I was like,
no.
my kids are only going to love the Grinch so long. So even though you're disappointing my son and haven't signed up for my services yet, you proverbial listener, I bought it, came home, plugged it
Yes.
in, built it with my wife, plugged it in. Kids came out from nap, and this 9 to 10 foot tall Grinch was up, and it's awesome. And then it stopped working, and then our
Oh
lights shut
my
off.
gosh.
And I was like, surely it's not this Grinch. So I unplugged it, everything was fine. And then this morning I woke up and I heard it when it happened, or I caught it. Thankfully, it hadn't been happening all night, but our garage fridge was not on anymore, so I like reset it, and I need to go check now. But this freaking Grinch, man, sucks you dry
Dude,
of
totally
power.
does. I would check your GFCI breakers to see if they're weak. And if you've got I don't know if they have arc faults on those, but sometimes the arc fault breakers are weak. I have those pop all the time, but I'm not an electrician.
So with electric work, I would outsource that to my electrician, who you met
Absolutely.
last week, and you saw how many drinks he consumes.
Oh, frickin' Dan is the man. I love that guy. I got
He's
to
a
sit
great
next to
dude.
Dan for 3 hours and just hear him authentically
People,
rave about his life. Man, he's great. Loved getting time with him.
he is awesome. But that is who I would call. I could probably even text him and he'd just tell me what I need to do. But I need to go check because if it's fixed, it genuinely might have been the one Grinch that was too many. So it's still cool
Well,
because it's 9 foot tall. But if you're struggling with business development, I would have you sit down and genuinely write out who's my ideal client. And if that's easy for you, you're probably good there. If that's not, that might be your weakest P. I'd look at, okay, what are we doing to get from people into prospects? How are they finding out about me? The right message to the right person at the right time. Where are we at with that? And if you're like, yeah, we're getting the right people, well, then if we have the right prospects, why don't we have the right purchasers? Why aren't we getting the right a number of purchasers? What's going on there? And then from purchasers, promoters, there's this, what was the statistic, Dickie? 91% of your clients
91%, yo.
would be willing to give you a referral. Only 11% are asked.
Mm,
There's a whole untapped market of business in getting our past clients to promote our work to new people. Like it's crazy.
absolutely. We've got a December challenge at
Crazy.
our work in our workplace where Brandon and I work to reach out to every single one of our current clients and ask for a referral. So the December challenge, the December
I
to
have two. I
remember.
have two thus far. Two actual leads from clients. So
So you asked a client and they directly gave you one. You're batting 100,
no, I've
batting a
probably asked
thousand.
eight and gotten two.
Oh, you've asked eight
400.
in the last week?
We had, yeah, last week was December. So yes.
Yeah. Nice. All right. You're
And I
two
didn't
for
just say, hey, give me another business owner. I said, hey, what has BOP done for you? And they told me, and I said, hey, do you have any people that you know that are business owners that are walking through exactly what you were walking through and you think it'd be beneficial for their life if they had some of those things, someone looking at some of those things and helping them with? And if so, here's your boy.
there you go.
Give
Love
me a
that.
client so I can buy my kids a Grinch so their Christmas isn't disappointing. You know what I'm saying? You don't
Unbelievable.
have a stuff problem. You have a storage problem.
You have a storage problem. That's right. Well, Donnie, great to see you as
Becky,
always. I'll see
good
you
to
in
see
the
you
next
as well.
30 seconds in our next meeting. But for all of our listeners, we appreciate you and shout out to the North Greenville boys.
That's
Peace.
right. Bye.